Hello friends, welcome to the video lecture series on artificial intelligence and machine learning. I am Dr. Dafda, and in this 45th video class of AIML, we will understand local search in continuous spaces for artificial intelligence. Before starting this topic, let us recall what we have studied so far. We have already studied different local search algorithms such as hill climbing search, simulated annealing, local beam search, and genetic algorithms. And these algorithms are mainly used for discrete optimization problems or fixed optimization problems where the number of possible states is finite. For example, we implemented all these for the 8 puzzle problem, and also 8 queens problem is a discrete problem. However, many real-world engineering problems are continuous in nature. For example, in an autonomous or self-driving car, variables such as vehicle's position, speed, steering angle, and direction can take infinitely many values. And such problems require local search in continuous spaces. Starting with the name, what is the meaning of local search in continuous spaces? The term local search means that the algorithm looks only at the current state and its neighboring states to improve the solution. Unlike the algorithms such as breadth first search, that is BFS, or DFS, that is depth first search, it does not explore or store all possible paths, and also backtracking is not done. And the term continuous space means that the problem variables can take any value within a range instead of only a fixed set of values. Okay, so let us start. See, till now we have studied local search algorithms using the 8 puzzle problem. The 8 puzzle problem is a discrete problem because every tile has a fixed position and only a limited number of moves are possible. In many real-world engineering problems, however, variables are continuous. For example, say we want to find the best locations for 3 airports in this Romania map. So when deciding the locations of airports, each airport can be placed at any point on the map, not only at fixed positions. Therefore, there are infinitely many possible states, and local search in continuous spaces is designed to solve such optimization problems. To understand continuous search, let us consider an airport placement problem. Assume we want to build 3 new airports anywhere in this Romania. Every airport can be placed at any location on the map. Therefore, each airport is represented by 2 coordinates, x coordinate and y coordinate. Since there are 3 airports, the complete state space consists of total 6 variables. And our objective is to find the positions that minimize the total distance between cities and their nearest airport. See, every optimization problem requires a way to measure how good the solution is. And this is done using an objective function f of x. Here the objective function calculates the total squared distance between every city and its nearest airport. A smaller value means that the cities are closer to the airports, so the arrangement is better. Therefore, our goal is to minimize this objective function f of x. Okay, now let us understand one of the most important technique used in continuous optimization called the gradient based local search. First, what is gradient? We can think of gradient as a direction indicator or a compass. It will tell us 2 things. First, it tells us which direction will improve the solution. Second, it tells us how quickly the value of the objective function changes in that direction. So it is given by the gradient vector del f. It represents a collection of partial derivatives. Each partial derivative tells us how the objective function changes when we slightly change one variable while keeping the other variable fixed. For example, del f by del x1 tells us how the function changes when only x1 changes, and del f by del y1 tells us how it changes when only y1 changes. Together these values forms the gradient del f. Also, we have to take care of the update rule. It tells us how to move from the current solution to the next solution. Here x represents the current state or the current solution. The symbol alpha is the step size which describes how far we move in each iteration, and the term del fx gives the direction of movement. So if we are solving a maximization problem, we move along the gradient using the plus sign, and for minimization problem, here it will be minus sign. So for a minimization problem, we move opposite to the gradient by using a minus sign over here. So in this figure, this black dot is our current state and the arrow shows the direction suggested by the gradient. For the first part of this figure that shows correct gradient step, the algorithm takes a suitable step and moves smoothly towards the optimum solution, which is this peak. In the second part of the figure, two situations are shown. If the step size alpha is very small, the algorithm moves only a little in each iteration, so the search becomes slow. On the other hand, if alpha is too large, the algorithm may overshoot the optimum point and miss the best solution, that is our peak. Therefore, choosing an appropriate step size is very important for efficient optimization. For example, imagine you are climbing this hill while blindfolded. The gradient tells you which direction is uphill and the step size tells you how big a step you take. Very small steps make you reach the top slowly, while very large steps may make you cross over the top without stopping there. Okay. Now, how to improve this gradient search? Instead of using a fixed step size, line search automatically finds a suitable step size. This prevents overshooting and makes the search more efficient. Another popular method is Newton-Raphson method. It uses both the gradient search and another matrix called the Hessian matrix. And this Hessian matrix contains the second order derivatives. So this usually converges much faster, but computing Hessian requires more calculations, especially for large optimization problems. So for continuous optimization, different techniques are available depending on the problem. Discretization converts continuous variables into small steps. Gradient search moves in the best direction. Line search improves the step size, while Newton-Raphson method provides faster convergence using second derivatives. Random restart and simulated annealing helps avoid local optima. So all these continuous optimization techniques are widely used in machine learning, robotics, computer vision, control systems, and engineering optimization. So that is all for this video class. I hope you would have gained a good knowledge from this video lecture. You will find the link to download the PPTs from the description box. Thank you very much.